In my last clip about the adjudicative approach to situations, I indicated that there was a better way, the collaborative model, and I promised you a clip to give you an overview of it. The collaborative model has only 6 steps, and there's only one goal at each step, so that makes it easy to learn and easy to use. So if we were using it, here's what we'd do. First, we'd set the parameters for the conversation. That is, we'd talk about how are we going to talk about what we're going to talk about before we get into the substance. The goal of step 1 is to create an atmosphere of safety, effectively to avoid defensiveness on either part. At step 2, we'd exchange perspectives. That is, we'd talk about how we each saw the situation unfold and how we experienced it. The first person speaking wouldn't be anticipating the arguments of the second, and the second person wouldn't be rebutting what the first person said. Each would just be sharing their perspective on the situation and their experience of it. The whole idea of having the conversation is that there's a difference. So let's hear about the differences. The goal of step 2 is to hear and to be heard, to listen to learn. There's no rush and there's no pressure. So that means we each can really listen to learn. At step 3, we're going to identify the issue. The perspectives give us a fresh, calm description of what happened and how it was experienced. Identifying the issue neutrally and objectively gives room for both perspectives to contribute to the conversation going forward. The goal is to describe the issue in a way that it can be addressed jointly. Step 4 is to explore the interests. So let's go below the surface of what we expressed as perspectives or even as solutions. And let's look at what are the broader things that are important to us. The outcome of step 4 is clarity around what we want, and the impact is a growth in mutual understanding. The growth in mutual understanding happens because we can now see that there's some compatibility around the broader things that we both want to see in a solution going forward. Even if we started at dramatically different perspectives and experiences about the situation and what we thought should be done about it. Step 5 is to generate options. At this point, we want to expand the ideas that are open to us. The key question is, what could we do now or next or differently that would address the issue that we identified in step 3 in a way that would get us what we want as identified in step 4. As I said, the only goal here is to expand the options available to us. Expand the ideas. Step 6 is to select solutions. The logic of the model indicates that the solutions most desirable are those that give us most of what we want, as identified in step 4. The evaluation and selection process will be a joint effort between us. Because our interests at step 4 were somewhat compatible, several of the options that we generate at step 5 will have an appeal to both of us. And the ones we select at step 6 are highly likely to be mutually satisfying. The objective of this final step is to arrive at the best solution and at the same time to strengthen our relationship. So there you have it, a simple, logical, sequential model that pursues the dual objectives of better solutions and stronger relationships. What I plan to do next is a series of clips, one on each step, where I can give you a lot more information about how each works, why it works, and some tips and tricks on how to make it work effectively for you. Stay tuned.